Oh boy, Miami Dolphins fans, get ready for a season to remember. This offseason has been absolutely bonkers. We had high hopes for some major moves, and let me tell you, we weren't disappointed. Our jaws hit the floor when we found out that Mike McDaniel had added the one and only Vic Fangio to our coaching staff.
That's huge, for the Dolphins. They were like 18th last year, Jay, in total defense, 24th in points allowed. Josh Boyer's there. Mike McDaniel goes in there, keeps Josh and the defensive staff. Didn't generate a bunch of turnovers, so he makes the change there and acquires Vic Fangio, whose resume, speaks for itself. 20-plus years as a coordinator at the National Football League. There's nothing that Vic hasn't seen or done. He's had amazing. I had to follow Vic in Chicago. When he got the Denver job, that was not fun. They were number one in damn near every defensive statistical category. Coming in there, great defense in Denver as the head coach. Stanford in college, San Fran with Harbaugh. Goes on and on.
That's right. You heard it here first, folks. The defensive-minded genius himself is now on our team. Get ready for a new level of intensity and a much-needed edge to our defense. And just when we thought things couldn't get any crazier, the monstrous Jalen Ramsey was traded over to our beloved Dolphins.
They go out and acquire Jalen Ramsey, to play opposite of Xavier Howard. So you get arguably one of the best, if not, best cover corners right now in the National Football League. And I know there's some young guys coming up, and they went and drafted, they didn't have to draft a lot because this defense, let's be honest, they've got talent, at all three levels. Christian Wilkins, interior defensive lineman is a game wrecker. You got Chubb, Bradley, who was at, Denver with Vic, so he's got familiarity with him. Jalen Phillips on the other side. They pick up David Long Jr. as an inside linebacker. And then, finally, another key acquisition for them, he goes out and gets Ronaldo Hill, who was the defensive coordinator, for the Los Angeles Chargers. And I coached Ronaldo in Oakland back in the day, 05, 06. And this is a rising star. It won't be long before, Ronaldo has a chance to be head coach in the National Football League. But been with Vic, he knows Vic's system. He knows, what Vic wants, in the back end. So that'll be huge, with Jalen coming over. And then, Vic, it's always a challenge because I think this was a pressure-heavy defense, under Boyer, especially a lot of zero pressure. Vic has again been very, very innovative with his defenses, and he likes to play a lot of shell coverage, too high, safety looks. He'll insert safety when he has to, but Ronaldo knows that system. He knows that scheme. He'll be a great one for Vic and that crew there in Miami as they transition from, a Josh Boyer-led defense to now a Vic Fangio defense.
Can you believe it? This deal has shaken up the AFC East like nobody's business. We can already hear Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers quivering in their cleats. And if that wasn't enough to get your heart pumping, Miami also added even more speed in the draft with the one and only A-Chain, a running back that is sure to keep our opponents on their toes. But let's not forget, there's still a major issue that needs to be addressed, our offensive line. Yes, Laura, you know what I'm talking about. But don't you worry, my fellow Fin fans. A recent report indicates that Miami is still on the hunt for some serious talent up front. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and give the video a like. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all things Dolphins. Now, back to the video. According to a recent report, the Dolphins are still on the hunt for a veteran offensive tackle to add to their lineup this offseason. Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald took to Twitter to let fans know that the team is looking for some extra help on the offensive line. Now, the Dolphins had plenty of opportunities to beef up their offensive line during the recent NFL draft, but unfortunately, they didn't quite hit the mark. Apart from a seventh-round rookie tackle named Ryan Hayes out of Michigan, the Dolphins didn't make any significant additions to their line. This lack of action has left fans feeling a bit uneasy, especially with our future MVP's fate hanging in the balance. But fear not, Miami fans. It seems that head coach Mike McDaniel and general manager Chris Greer have finally caught wind of the fans' concerns. According to Jackson's tweet, the Dolphins are talking to some veteran players about signing with the team, and they're holding off on signing their rookie class until those discussions are done. Now, the Dolphins aren't just looking for any old veteran offensive tackle. They're talking to multiple players still on the market. They're also still trying to re-sign defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. Before the draft, they had their eyes on right tackle Cameron Fleming, who has experience with teams like the New England Patriots, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Denver Broncos. Dolphins' new offensive line coach Butch Barry even coached Fleming last season in Denver. It's unclear whether the Dolphins will successfully add any veteran offensive tackles before the regular season starts, but all signs are pointing to them bringing in some competition for incumbent starting right tackle Austin Jackson. Jackson is on the last year of his rookie deal, and the Dolphins want to make sure they have a solid line protecting their quarterback. So stay tuned, Miami fans, and let's see who the Dolphins bring in to beef up their team. But I want to know what you think. Will the Miami Dolphins add a lineman of significance to the squad? And if they do, who is your pick? Let me know what you think in the comments. Fins up, Phinhub fam.